Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Sai Ram friends. Today I'm here to present this beautiful eco-friendly Ganesha to you, and we will go through the steps in making this beautiful eco-friendly Ganesha. The purpose of making eco-friendly Ganesha is to protect us and also the environment around us. Now let's quickly jump in to the ingredients that we have used in making Ganesha. As you see in the picture, I have used wheat flour, turmeric and little bit of sugar, water to dampen your hands, foil to make Ganesha and also to wrap the dough, and a toothpick to carve. I have used 2 cups of wheat flour, half cup of turmeric, 2 tablespoons of sugar and little water. As you all know, wheat flour is used nicely to make the dough in order to give a shape, and turmeric is to add the beautiful color of yellow, which represents Ganesha's color too, and sugar acts as a binder so that the dough doesn't dry and drop off, so it acts as a binder. Now let's go into the process. First, you have to knead all the ingredients soft and smooth as you see, and divide them into couple of balls. I have divided them into balls. Why? Because if you take one big dough, it gets difficult to use the remaining dough because it gets dry. So using one ball after the other will help us not to get the dough dry. Now as you see in this next picture, I have covered the balls in a nice aluminum wrap so that you can just flip the flap of the aluminum foil and use that ball for use, and so that the other balls are nice wet so that you can use it nicely towards the process. Now let's start making of Ganesha. As you see in the picture, the first step is to provide a base for Lord Ganesha, and this step includes taking a big ball of dough and flatten it. You can make it into rectangle, square, circle, oval or any shape of your choice, but make sure that it is a little thick enough to withstand Lord Ganesha. Now take another ball of dough. As you see, it's a big ball of dough which we are going to use for the body, and nicely knead it soft and round and taper it on one end. The broad end, which is on the bottom, is for the tummy of our Lord Ganesha, and the top part is where we will place the head. Now place this big ball of body onto the base. Nicely dampen on the bottom and place it, and do not press too firm. Now in the next picture, when you see that the back of the body is nicely pasted to the base of where we are putting Ganesha. So in the front, if you see, it is a tummy, and back it is flat and nicely pasted to the base, so it will not let Ganesha move away from the base. Make sure you lightly dampen your fingers and nicely paste it back to the base. Okay, now take 2 small pieces of balls of dough and knead them nicely in between the palms to form 2 cylindrical shapes, and this we are going to use for the legs. Now as you see in the picture, I have flattened one end little more so that it is easy to be pasted to the body, and on the bottom, as you see, I just pressed my finger, which we are using as the foot of Lord Ganesha. Now we are going to paste this broader side of the cylindrical shape onto the back and nicely give a slight bend, as you see in the picture, to form the 2 feet. When you paste it on the back, make sure that it is well pasted to the body by moving your fingers up and down and nicely tilt the feet so that you see the two legs sitting next to the body. Now, you see it in the picture. I wanted to show how it is on the back side as well. So initially I have taken a couple of pictures, but as you see, later you will not be seeing how I have taken the back, but you have to keep pasting them to the body so that if you look at it from the back, it is from one body, and this picture is from the back. And now take one small or medium size ball of dough and knead it soft and smooth, and nicely place it on the tapered end of the body, and at the back you are supposed to paste it well to the back of the body. Now you see it, right? So nicely paste it back, and don't put pressure while you place the head. Why? Because it is going to make the body more fatter. Okay, place it, and on the back make sure that you paste it well with your dampened fingers. Now take another two balls of dough and knead them nicely into the cylindrical shapes which we are going to use for the hands. Okay, and now bend it in a V shape so that it is like the arm bent. We will be using two pieces of dough for the hand. One is for the right hand and one is for the left hand. You have to put pressure with your fingers on one end so that they become the palms of Lord Ganesha, and the other one make it little wider as we have done in the legs. The same way we have placed the legs, we place the hands as well. Nicely paste the upper part to the body, and the bend is near the elbow. And as you see in the picture, there is a light difference between the left hand and the right hand. The right hand is pressed in a way that it is perpendicular to the hand, and the left hand is same as the hand shape. So the right hand is the blessing hand which needs to be raised up, and the left hand is where Ganesha will be holding his laddu. So this is one thing you have to pay little attention when you place, and if it gets dry, lightly dampen. If you see, my left hand got little dry, so I had to use water and nicely paste it to the body. And the inner side also just dampen so that it gets stuck to the body well, and the hand also doesn't fall off. So the inside portion nicely dampen and stick it to the body. Now take a small ball of dough and knead it like a noodle as you see in the picture. This we are going to use for the Yagnopavetam that you see, which I have put across the body, and one as a garland for Lord Ganesha. So when you put this, try to stick the ends with the toothpick. Okay, don't push it on the sharper edge, just use it so that it gets properly pasted to the body and it doesn't fall off. Okay, if you are comfortable doing with your fingers, carry on. I have used a toothpick so that the rest of the body doesn't get disturbed. Nicely paste them well to the body. Okay, now take two small pieces of dough. As you see in the picture, we are going to use it for ears. Now don't make it thick because there is a chance of falling away because it becomes heavy. Make it little thin and flat, and as you see in the picture, one side is like tapered towards the end to give it a nice ear shape. And I have drawn some lines with a toothpick just to give it an ear touch. And if you see on the left side picture, it is like little dampened and little more flatter, and that is where we are going to stick it to the body. The other side is what you see from the front, but you're sticking onto the back of the head. So the two ears are placed this way. Now if you see in this picture, it is placed on the back side of the head. As you see, it's nice, well pasted on the back. If you see the hands, legs, ears, everything becomes flat and straight to the center of the body, and they all come from one single body and they don't fall off. If you think something is coming out, slightly dampen your fingers and make sure you paste it well to the body. Now comes our trunk. This gives the exact shape for our Lord Ganesha. Take a small ball of dough, knead it into a carrot shape, okay? Like it's wider on the top and it's tapered at the bottom. As you see in the picture, I have pressed it very firm and made it more wider on the top. Why? Because many a times it happens that we make trunk in the shape and we leave it thick and it gets very hard to paste the trunk to the body. So make sure that the top part of the carrot is pressed wider and more flatter so that it would be very easy to paste it to the head of the body. Now, as you see in the picture, see, the trunk is nicely pasted to the head. If you see, it doesn't seem that we have added a piece, right? It seems to be as if it is coming from the head. That's how you have to paste, and that is why I asked you to make it more thinner so that it is easy to apply, and don't apply too much pressure because it will make your body more flat and fat. So nicely place the trunk and with dampened fingers nicely paste it to the head, and towards the end nicely give a small twist so that the trunk is bent, okay? And towards the end, don't make it very sharp. With the toothpick, give it a little line in the center so that it is like the elephant trunk. And now, as you see in the picture, I have used the toothpick to make lines on the trunk and make the fingers on the palms and added some dots on the feet and on the shoulders. So I have used the toothpick to make all this, okay? It's just to make sure that they look like hand, legs, trunk and everything. While doing it, if you think the dough got little dry, lightly dampen, don't put so much pressure, and then just put light pressure and carve as you can. Don't put much pressure or don't feel bad if you're not able to. It's okay. Overall, our Ganesha will look so pretty however you do. Okay, moving on to the next step. Now take a small ball of dough and make it into a triangle shape, solid triangle. It's not a flat triangle, it's a solid triangle, and 2 small pieces of dough to make it into 2 noodles. These both we are going to use it as the crown for Lord Ganesha. Now on the top of the head, lightly dampen with water and place the triangular shape, and nicely we have to paste it to the head on the back, not on the front, and taper with your hands smooth and fine so that it sticks nicely and firmly to the head. Okay, now we are using 1 needle at the bottom so that it doesn't show how we have placed the crown, because you can see that it has been pasted. Now this is all extra decoration that we are doing to make our Ganesha look more nicer. Now we have used two small pieces of dough, very small pieces, for the tusks. As we all know, one tusk is shorter and the other tusk is longer. One is long and sharp and the other is blunt. So take small pieces of dough and make one into a carrot shape or cone shape and one little blunt, and make sure that you fix it under the trunk of Lord Ganesha as shown in the picture. Okay, I have used the toothpick to fix it underneath. Why? Because I couldn't place my finger and it might spoil the other parts. So lightly I dampened the edges and fixed it right under the trunk. And as you see, I have taken another small piece of dough and used it as a center, um, like a bindi, or in the center on the top of the head I have marked 3 lines which we put for Lord Ganesha, and a small piece of dough. Now moving on, next is our mushika. I have taken one small dough piece and rolled it into a cone shape, and I have tapered it on one end and is flat on the other end, and small pieces for ears, and very small pieces I have rolled it as a noodle to use it for the tail. Now we have to attach the tail to the back of the broader side and the ears on the top, and use the toothpick to make the eyes for Mushika, and with using the toothpick just press it on the front end so that it gives the mouth shape. You can use the toothpick to fix it all. Why? Because it's too tiny on how it looks, and so it will be useful if you use a toothpick and then make Mushika. Now, as you see here, there are a couple of steps involved, and I have used 2 peppercorns to use for eyes, and I have used the toothpick to make the shape of the eyes and also to make the shape of the eyebrows. This completes Lord Ganesha. And now I have taken one more big ball of dough and rolled it flat and thick and pressed it on the ends so that it shows like a seat for Lord Ganesha with a frilled seat cover, right? You see the frills? So it's like a seat cover with frills. And now I placed the Mushika on the front, and again I took a small piece of dough, made it flat, and then pressed the ends to give it a dish shape so that I can put laddus or modakas for Lord Ganesha. Now I have taken tiny pieces of dough and made small laddus to place in the dish, and one big piece for Modak to put in his left hand. I have taken small pieces of dough and made them into noodles and wrapped them around the wrists as bracelets, and on the foot to be used as anklets. So one thing I have forgotten to do is to put the Nagabandhan around his waist. I just put his belly button. If anyone is interested, you can place one more noodle around his waist so that it becomes his Nagabandhan. And one last thing I have done was, I have used a small piece of dough, flattened it like in a circular and tapered towards the end, and gave lines and placed it exactly behind the crown to give it a beautiful decorative look. So decorating Ganesha using all the things is your wish, however comfortable you are, but these are the steps that are involved, and I recommend and request everyone that you make the floor Ganesha a day before or on the day of puja. Why? Because you all know it stinks or it might get spoiled if it is left outside for a longer period, and if it is fresh, you all enjoy. And I will leave it to your discretion when to do. And this is about our eco-friendly Ganesha. Hope you all liked it, and I want you all to give it a try and make this beautiful Ganesha and invite him home. Enjoy your puja. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi in advance to everyone. Hope you like the video and enjoy it making. Bye. Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai.